Hey everybody, back in the train room here Sunday. Hope you wherever you're at that you're not dealing with as much snow as we are, but yeah, it was pretty crazy morning with the snow and all. Very skeleton congregation in church this morning. Not many of us there, but you know what? We made it and made it back safe. Excuse me while this train derails. But anyway, it's good model railroad weather. So So as you can see where we're at here, we got the third track running on the inside. Not currently because this SCL hopper continues to derail on me. I think it's just the curves we're dealing with here. But so we're down here to 12 feet so far. Okay, and we got our CSX on the inside track. We got the Santa Fe on the middle loop, and the CN train with the Ortner cars leaded by the Grand Trunk Heritage unit on the outside loop. Most of these cars here you see, and all the locomotives, these are all AZL. The only exception to this is the 4 full throttle cars on the Santa Fe train, which I will slow down after a bit, and the 2 Atlas Purina box cars on the back of the CSX train. Those are the only ones that aren't AZL. So everything you're seeing, other than those, is our wonderful AZL here. So let's stop this one here. So the Santa Fe, actually, I'll let it run around to the front. That'll be easier. But while we're waiting for that, so the Santa Fe, the Freight Blue F7s, we talked about already. So I like that one so much that I ordered the A and B set. So let's take a closer look here at that when that comes around here and stops right now. So right here you see the ABA set. Wonderful idea by AZL to do these Freight Blue sets. I think this is really awesome. These were actually color coded, so these locomotives by their colors were used for freight alone. I'm sure once in a blue moon one pulled a passenger train when they didn't have another locomotive, but we're making them, we're using them for freight. So as you see on the back A unit, now this is the 208C. So the C units were actually A units that ran backwards. So so when I got the A and B set and I saw that, then that was the one I was going to use to take the pilot and plow off of. Now with AZL here, one thing you do get when you get these F units like this, you always get in the box here, you always get an extra truck. Now this is the truck that was on it, and this is the pilot and plow that were on it. Sorry, little parts here. So this is like what you'd normally see on the front of the locomotive. Like we'll look at this, my Erie Lackawanna F7A here. So this is what normally would be on it that makes it look the most realistic. Now AZL, and it comes with a non-truck mounted cup, or a truck without the couplers. I don't know how to say that. So there's no coupler on this truck. So how this would ride is underneath. You have the truck, you have the pilot plow, and in front of it. So, so just like the Erie Lackawanna here with the pilot on it. So I had to pop that off. These pop off very easy, but you definitely want to be careful. You want to take a small screwdriver. Rob Clues has done a video on this before on these F7s. So you can go over to Z-Track and watch that. I won't talk too much about it. But I had to do that with the second Santa Fe that I got. So you can see, like with this one, sorry, let me move this into the light a little better. So you can see on this, I've already done that. And we have our truck mounted coupler, and this is just for, it's not the most realistic looking truck, but that's kind of why they give you the option. But this is the most functional for pulling trains. So You can see I added a couple more tankers, so now I'm up to 8. These are all the same except for the first one that had a different name on it, but you know, unless you're looking up close, you can't really tell. So I think we're going to get some more of those. Still got the full throttle cars on here, which we'll take a look at. We got the ice wagon behind the locomotives. I have seen, you know, in more modern times, you know, you see there's never tankers directly behind a locomotive for safety reasons. They usually have like a hopper or a dry van or something like that. I have seen pictures online with these 8,000 gallon 1917 style tank cars where they were right behind the engine. So maybe it depends on what's in it. I just like to know the history behind these things and what's going on in modern times as well, so we can make some pretty realistic looking trains. So now we have our 1917 style tankers. I was pleasantly surprised at the weight on these. I think I explained it in one of my other videos, but these are great little cars. I've never really got into doing many tanker cars. I don't have a lot in N scale. I have only a couple, and I have some old HO ones, but I was thinking, you know, to do a consistent tanker haul. So, you know, eventually I won't pull these 3 full throttle cars with the tanker train. I'll have the caboose on there. I wish you could get these in blue to match the locomotives, and I'm not sure if Santa Fe ever did those or not, but either way, it's you know, having that just for the year and everything kind of makes sense. So we'll leave our red bay window caboose on there. And some of these other tankers we have are California Oil, Phillips 66. So a lot of them, Texas Oil even, they're all from out west. So they'll match these Santa Fe's up pretty perfectly. So we'll just let that one keep running here. And maybe we'll switch out the CSX while we're talking here. But yeah, this is the update so far. So you can see we're down here. We do have these will be for the 3rd loop from the inside. These are the 245 curves. I need another one of these for the other end there. But, you know, for being up to 12 feet, I mean, we're running longer trains here. I mean, this is a 13-car train with the 8 tankers, the 4 wagons, and the caboose, plus the 3 locomotives. So, you know, you're talking 16 units. There's 12 Ortners on the Canadian train, plus 3 units, so that's 15. And then the CSX, which is about to derail again. You got the 6 Ortners, the 2 Purina boxcars, that's 8, 2 tankers, that's 10, and the Seaboard Coastline PS2 hopper, along with the locomotive, that's 12. So, but again, you know, they don't look that long for running on a layout this big. So, you know, that's the whole point of this layout, to be able to run longer trains, and that's what we're going to do here eventually. We're gonna stack up as much as we can. As far as rolling stock goes, I definitely want to add, with the trains I'm working on now with the Canadian National and the Santa Fe, I definitely want to add more of the Ortner cars and the tanker cars to those. So the Canadian National, since that's probably the longest train I have, you know, including the locomotives, I would really like to get up to 20, 24 Ortner cars. So at least double of what I have would be 24. So we'll probably get up to that, you know, just for realism. And since we have the space to run it, like, why wouldn't we? So I'll be anxious to see this train doubled in size after the 4th shelf is up, because this is 3 shelves right now. So we still have 1 more to go that we're gonna get to work on eventually. Still need more tracks, so that's in the works as well. But you know, we're getting there with this. Don't have a definitive track plan yet for this, and you know, that'll be one thing I'm working on, because I do have to build this like P-track modules with the foam. Since it's cut into 4, I'm gonna have to put the track on the break points here in between the modules. So if and when I do take this apart and want to take it somewhere else, whether to a train show, move it around the house, take it, put it on display somewhere, I'll be able to do that pretty much with ease. So, but plans for modules, there we go. We got the CSX switched out for the Erie Lackawanna, and I already derailed it, so let's fix that. But plans for the modules, so we're going to have a consistent scenery here. You guys have heard me talk about the HO scale 4 seasons layout, so I wasn't planning on doing this particular layout like that, but each module is going to be a little different just because of the narrow width, since it's only 2 feet. That's why I think it'll be better to kind of have it flow, but also have different functions for each module. I have no idea why that keeps doing that right there. Technical difficulties. So, and you guys, I may be repeating myself from other videos, but so on this end, I'm thinking more of a river. I think we're going to get more of the girder bridges. Maybe if we can put 2 of them together somehow and put like a bridge pillar in the middle or something, we're going to try that. So maybe trestle bridges on the back, girder bridges on the front. And then we'll probably do, why does that keep doing that? We'll probably do some sort of switching yard. So I don't know if that's going to be on the 2nd or 3rd module, because I also plan on having 5 double crossovers on this, because the one thing about this, I want to be able to switch trains from one track to another. So basically you could go, if you put 1 locomotive on this and nothing else, it could cover every inch of track on this. So I'm just not a fan of layouts that have separate tracks that you can't get to without taking the locomotive or the whole train off. So that was one thing I wanted to do. Let's see if it does it this time. But so I'm thinking for the rest of it, so module 2 and 3, we're talking the 5 double crossovers, which will be on the front tracks facing this side, and then some sort of yard, which I may need to put like the turnouts on one module to go to the yard, like the 3rd module, and have it kind of run into the 2nd module, because we do want to be able to stage long trains here. So then also 2 passing sidings on the back, we want to get that going. And then maybe we'll do some terrain or a tunnel on the 4th module. At least with the 4th module, then I'll be able to get to this end. So if I want to put like a trap door in there that I can reach in if something derailed, maybe we'll do that. We'll see. Definitely plenty of options. I'm not sold on everything yet, but we'll get there. So yeah, this is where we're at for now. Finally got that thing to stop derailing. And yeah, so like and subscribe. Sorry this was a little bit of a longer one with some technical difficulties and more of my rambling. But yeah, subscribe, share this with your friends. I hope you guys are learning something and you like doing this, watching these videos and seeing the progress of this layout. It's been fun getting to run these longer trains. Other projects, well, I got some other ideas up my sleeve, which we'll talk about in other videos. But yeah, hopefully you like watching these little trains go around as much as I do. And hey, we will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.